We're here with cousin Reggie Weaver. What's up, cuz?
Ain't nothing happening. How about you, my man?
Nothing much, brother. Hey, man, tell me. After coming out for being the president of the Teachers Association, now what are you doing? Give us a little update of what's going on.
Actually, I'm doing much of the same thing that I was doing when I was president. I'm continuing to do a lot of speaking, and I'm doing some consulting with a number of groups. I'm serving on some boards, and I'm currently Vice President of Education International for the North American Caribbean region. That's an organization that has 30 million members in 179 countries and 401 organizations. So the meetings are held in Brussels. And so I'll be going to a meeting in Brussels in September. Right in August. I attended two meetings in Canada. One was the CSQ, which is the French-speaking organization, and the other was the Canadian Teachers Federation. Those two organizations are in the North American region and part of my responsibility. And then I just returned from Grenada, the Caribbean Union of Teachers. And that's an organization that consists of 17, 18 countries in the Caribbean. So I'm continuing to stay relatively busy, continuing to be involved in terms of activities of the Congressional Caucus Foundation. Still have contact with a few members of Congress, and so it's going fine. It's going fine.
Good. So tell me, I heard that when you had a retirement party, they had a lot of performers and different little things.
Well, actually, I had been trying to get this one particular artist for 4 or 5 years, so I finally worked it. And we had a friendship night. We had Frankie, Beverly, and May.
Not Mr. Silky Soul.
So showed out. We had us a time. We had us a party. And I had what I'm going to do is try to send you, if I can get your address, some of a little booklet that they had that speaks to the legacy. And it had some of the people that were talking about what I had done, and you had Rock, you had Hillary Clinton, you had a whole bunch of folks. So I'll try to get you one of those.
Okay. Now tell me, hanging out with the President of the United States, Barack Obama, how's that? Tell me about that.
Well, actually, in the position that I had as president, one of my responsibilities was to recommend to our organization of 3.2 million members who we were going to support for president. And so I had a chance to work that through and finally was able to recommend to them Barack Obama. But there was a lot of competition and a lot of support for Hillary Clinton. And so what I did was to try to distinguish their education record. Did one have a better education record than the other? And the records were relatively similar. And so on February 25th, again, I had Hillary Clinton come to the office and had a conversation with her. And then on February 27th, I flew to Columbus and had a conversation with Barack. And Barack had just finished speaking to a large crowd at Ohio State University. And so what we did, we rode with him from the university to the airport. Now you've seen these movies whereby there is nothing on the road but the police and the automobile that's carrying the dignitary. That was us.
Wow.
We were the only thing on the highway.
Wow.
And so Barack and I, we were talking about something. He said, well, why didn't you call me? I said, you didn't give me your number. He said, yes, I did. I said, no, you didn't. He said, I did. I said, you didn't, man. So he said, here, take the number. So he gave me his number. And so I called him on a couple of occasions about something. And of course, the voicemail came on. And then I went home on November the 4th to vote. And had a chance to go down to the after-election party, but I chose not to. Now, the next morning, they were serving a free breakfast at the place where he eats breakfast from 6 to 10. And so I decided I would, just go down there because my barber was down there. And I said, let me go on down here.
Right.
And while I was driving, I said, let me call this number again. I'm going to see if he answers. I called the number. He picked up on the second ring. He said, Reg. I said, what's happening, Mr. President? I said, we're proud of you. You know, the world is proud of you. Get you some rest. So I must tell you that in my travels around the world, ultimately the conversation always reverted back to Barack Obama.
Right.
And I was in South Africa talking with one of his brothers, and the brother started to talk about Barack Obama and knew more about us than we did. I was in Spain and was coming out of the education department.
Right.
And there was security there. And as I was leaving out, the security person started to talk about Barack Obama.
Right.
I was in Chile.
Right.
And I was speaking to a group of Chileans.
Right.
And was talking about Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Talking about Barack Obama.
Right.
And I just mentioned them, and then I went on with my speech.
Right.
And the undercurrent, I heard Barack.
Right.
I said, man, that is something else.
Right.
And then in England, the same thing.
Right.
You know, in Brazil, the same thing.
Right.
The whole world was focused on and concentrating on Barack Obama.
Good.
So this was an election. Yes, the people in the United States voted, but many people around the world, they were looking to see what the United States was going to do.
Yes.
As it relates to this particular election.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I was doing. Now, right now, you know, as you know, and as the viewing audience will know, he's catching a lot of flack, and so we'll see what happens.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well,
And also, he was in Elkhart, Indiana,
Right.
I believe on Wednesday.
yes.
And as you know, Cousin Rod is there. He's president of the city council. And Cousin Rod had pictures taken with Barack.
Right.
Had pictures taken with Barack. Barack signed one of them. And there's another picture with he and Barack shooting hoops.
Yes. Yes.
And then there's another picture with Michelle and Rod and his family.
Right.
So, you know, he was representing.
Yes, he was. Yes. Yes.
And one thing about you, my brother, you know, we really appreciate the fact that you have moved the Webb family into the world of the 21st century as it relates to technology. Your communication with us, your emails to us is absolutely appreciated. I don't know if anybody has told you that, but it really is. And we appreciate you, again, moving the family to the 21st century as it relates to technology. You probably know there was a time when all we knew was the telephone. All we knew was the telephone and pen and pencil. But you now moved us to the technology age, which I appreciate it.
Yes. Hey, Reg. I really appreciate you sitting down off your busy schedule to come to the family reunion, because you know you like the celebrity us, you and Rod, and a lot of other people, man. But just knowing you, talking to you, man, and it's a great honor. How's the family?
Everybody's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody's fine.
Well, any last words you want to say to the people out there? And this is going to be on historical, and it's going to be on the website for years and years to come. Any message you want to tell the family?
Well, continue to support each other and make sure that your children have the best education that they can receive. Education is something that is extremely important, and we have to make sure that our kids are prepared for the 21st century and prepared to compete with those around the world. And the only way that they will be able to do that is to make sure that they have a quality public education.
Right.
To the extent that we in the family can help to make that happen, that's exactly what we're supposed to do. You know what? One of these kids is going to take our place one day.
Yes.
And once they do, they have to be good. And the only way that they can be good is to make sure that they have the kind of education that we want them to have. So let's get to it. Let's get with it. Ain't no stopping us now.
That's
baby.
right. That's right. And you know what? One thing before you go, and when you talk to Tom Joyner again, I know he doesn't do shout outs, but you tell him my cousin David Webb.
Yeah.
You know, in a Webb-Thomas family, our website, we doing education. It's a shout out for education, because our family is so great in what we're doing, and a lot of people are copying off our website and
Is
what
that
I'm
right?
doing. and I want you to give him tell him what's going on.
But I should see a number of them, if not before, in September at the Congressional Black Caucus weekend.
Okay.
And so I should see a number of them then. And then, you know, I still may have contact with some of them. And
Okay.
so I certainly will refer them to the Webb-Thomas website that is sponsored by and has its webmaster, Mr. David Webb.
Yeah, and like I told.
Webmaster for the Webb family.
Thank you, Brother Reuinion. Thank you very much.
All right, but
All right, bye-bye.
worship for Master.
Yes.
All right, sir.
All right.
All right, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right.